Then next, how to simulate dependent sources by using Pspice. How to simulate dependent. So there are 4 dependent sources. So in library, Pspice library, enter here E. So you will get E. So this is called voltage dependent voltage source. Voltage controlled voltage source. Otherwise, voltage dependent. Here plus minus is depending on another voltage. This source is called plus minus. This is called source. This is called depending parameters. So that's why it is called voltage dependent voltage source. Voltage controlled voltage source or voltage dependent voltage source. By entering E on Pspice library, so you will get this element. Then instead of E, and then if you are pressing F, then F is called current dependent current source. This is called current source. It is depending on current. Okay, current dependent current source or current controlled current source. And then F, G. So by entering G, so we'll get this source. This is called current source is depending on voltage. That's why it's called voltage dependent current source. Voltage dependent current source. Next, this is called G and H. Finally, H. This is called one type of source. This is called voltage source. It's depending on current. Current dependent voltage source. This is called as H is called as a current dependent voltage source. Pspice. Like this, these are the 3 different types of dependent sources. By taking dependent sources, we have to execute our circuit. Okay, fine. For example, this is the circuit. Okay, so this is the voltage source, independent voltage source. Okay, VDC. So for example, 20 volts. Okay, and this is called a resistor. And this is called one more resistor. I'm taking like this. Okay, and here also one more resistor I'm taking. And first E source, that is called voltage controlled voltage source or voltage dependent voltage source. So it is depending on voltage plus minus. For example, 6 Vx. Okay, that means for example here Vx. It is depending on this resistance. For example, this is called R1. Okay, and this is called R2. This is called R3. This voltage source is depending on this resistor. This resistance voltage drop across the resistor. Okay, this is why this is called voltage dependent voltage source. In Pspice, this is called E. Okay, and take one ground here, and so for example, this is 2 ohms. Okay, let us assume that resistance is 2 ohms here and 4 ohms, for example, 4 ohms, and here 16 ohms. Okay, 4 ohms or 16 ohms. So this is called ground 0, let us assume, and this is called 1, and this is called 2, and this is called 3. So like this, these are connected, circuits connected like this. Then how to write the program means, first VDC, that is called Vs. Vs connected between 1 and 0. 1 and 0. So that's why 1, 0, DC, how much? 20 volts. So like this. And then R1 is connected between, R1 now is connected between 1 and 2. That's why 1, 2, how much resistance? 2 ohms. And then R2 is connected between 2 and 0. Yes, 2 and 0. No? So that's why 2, 0, how much resistance? 4 ohms. Then R3 is connected between, R3 is connected between 2 and 3, and how much resistance? 16 ohms. Okay, so then E source, this is E source is connected between 3 and 0. So that's why E source, otherwise E, is connected between 3 and 0 and is depending upon R1. Right? It is depending on R1 resistor. So that's why R1 resistor were connected between 1 and 2. Okay. Understood? So this 3 and 0 E source is connected and is depending on 1 and 2, and its gain is called how much? 6. So like this we have to write the program. Okay. Then after that, dot print DC. DC. For example, if you want to find voltage, we have to voltage across this node. We have to, and I of R1. So like this, dot print DC. So we have to I of R1 and then dot N. So like this, we have to write the program in Pspice program. Okay. So this is the program, and then how to connect this circuit in Pspice. Try to consider. So in the Pspice, this is the drawing sheet. In this sheet, first so we need VDC, 1 voltage source. VDC, no? So take from here. So VDC, enter right in this VDC. So VDC, place here. And then similarly resistor. Take resistor. 3 resistors are there. And one source, dependent source, E is also there. So then place here. And also need record ground. So connect this all elements like this. So before connecting this, rotating this, control R, okay, and connecting like this. So one side of voltage source, okay, is depending on another source, no? A resistor, no? So like this I'm connecting. Okay, and this is also connected like this, and connect to ground. So this voltage dependent voltage source or voltage current to voltage source is depending upon resistor R. Okay, so this resistance value is called 2 ohms. Okay, and then this resistance 4 ohms. 4 ohms. And this resistance 16 ohms. The resistance value is 16 ohms. And this voltage source is depending upon this element. Na? That's why first this starting terminal connect resistor starting terminal. And this voltage source second terminal connect here. So here, so one that means this source is connected here. That's why, so don't connect like this. So remove. So take care of connections and this like this. So connect this voltage source. Then connect this resistor on this terminal of voltage source. Again, it is connected like this. Connect this terminal like this. Press here and so like this. Connect this element like this. Don't connect this node and don't connect here. Okay, this voltage, this source, this parameter plus minus. This is depending parameters. Is depending on R1. And then adjust the source at VDC is equal 20 volts. Okay, so like this 20 volts, and then so everything is adjusted like this, arranged 2 ohms here, 4 ohm, 16 ohms, and the gain is also the gain of this voltage source is must be 6. So 6 adjust like this. Then this like this, the voltage dependent voltage source is connected like this. And then simulate, press simulate button, and then before simulate, save this. Okay, and then you will get this output like this. By pressing V, the voltages are appear like this. This is the voltage here, 20 voltage. This voltage here, 14.74. So by taking viewpoint here, you can easily identify the voltages. The voltage, so by taking viewpoint like this is called source voltage 20, this is called node voltage here, and this after this voltage 31.5 appear like this. Okay, this is the voltage dependent voltage source. Okay, so in this way we have to execute this dependent voltage source by using schematic. By writing the program like this, we'll get the output in this way. So by writing the program, so V110 DC 20 volts, R1 like this, writing the program, so we'll get the answer exactly same as this. Voltage across this node is called how much here, 14.74. Placing viewpoint here, so we'll get this voltage across this node point. This is our voltage dependent voltage source.